want to say that this is a very special reading. A lot of friends that I met through the past 4 or 5 years. And it's wonderful to get to see them all. Some are new. I've never heard them read before. So it's thanks to founding editor, EIC of Mobile Data Mag, Jesse Tovar. Shout out to Jesse. And cannot leave out cinnamon roll. They are also, piece of the puzzle. And I just think also what Jesse's doing is really cool. There is poetry in my email inbox every at least 2 days out of the week, and it kind of becomes this moment in my day to kind of take a break and see what new poem is out in the world. And it's really cool that it's accessible. It's totally free. And I think Jesse cares a lot about the writers that he publishes and doesn't hide how he will publish you. So it's great. And I think it comes also at a time when technology is at the forefront of how it can be used, both as boost of community, as something positive, but it has its dark, very, very dark feudalist side and very part of the empire. So we'll see where these little devices take us, but how we will fight the machines, pretty much, which we need to do. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mobile Data Mag's EIC, just so that you know a little bit about them. Jesse Tovar is the founding editor of Mobile Data Mag on Substack and Systemic Dreaming on Threads. Tovar is the author of the hybrid collection Talks on Skinship. Tovar has work forthcoming in an anthology to be released by El Martillo Press. His writing can also be found in Zizigi, ZYZX, Writers Podcast, Drifterzine, etc. To be continued. Please welcome Jesse Tovar.
Okay. All right. Yvonne, thank you so much for that introduction, and welcome to this afternoon's reading here, celebrating a magazine I've done almost for 2 years now on Substack and Threads. Yeah, I can't believe it's gonna be 2 years. That's wild to me. Altadena right now, I will say, is very much in my heart. Did a lot of things in Altadena, especially writing related in the last like 4 years, plus years. So yeah, it's just tough to, think about all that right now, especially folks that I know that live in that Alta Pasa area that, had their homes just completely gone or smoke damage. And it's just devastating to see. Like, I mean, I saw it firsthand too, doing one Uber Connect trip from Hastings Ranch to Sunland. When that day when I hit Sunland, there were some winds actually, and I noticed that a lot of people that were like actually making the 210 freeway eastbound-ish to San Bernardino, like kind of crowded that day, but luckily nothing happened around Sunland to Hunga. So, but still, just knowing, and yeah. So the way I'll be introducing the people that I've published today, I know Yvonne read my bio. I will not be reading people's bios for this event. If you want to look at those bios, you can just go to yes, you can go to mobiledatamag.substack.com or Threads if they have pieces on Threads on the Systemic Dreaming. You can also see it on the Eventbrite website link as well if you want to read those bios. What I am doing is just saying some things about every single person. So yeah. First person that I'm gonna call up, and this is something I wrote about them. Pam Concepcion completed the CLI manuscript program in 2024, and while she was in the program, she was a feature for Serpentine at Norfig, hosted by a true goth poet, Ingrid Calderón Collins. And by the way, you can find some of Ingrid's award anthology-nominated work on the mag. From time to time, Pam will share poems on IG stories, and I like what I see. When I found out Carlos Ornelas translated one of her poems, I was like, I gotta have it. So let me see. And I'm glad it's now up. Another fact I want to point out for Pam is that in 2024, she has a regular length poem and a translation poem, which referring to Carlos, published on Mobile Data Mag, and a poem published on Systemic Dreaming. When writers want more opportunity to have their work more than once on these mags, what Pam did is a definition of what Cinema and I look for, a variety that's spread out over several months. So let's welcome Pam.
And wow, hi everyone. Thank you so much, Jesse, for inviting me here. I was just telling them earlier, like, I had this place in my notes for the past 2 years, and I'm finally here. Yeah, so it's very exciting. I'm coming out with the book soon under Rite of Roses, hopefully later this year. And it's a coming-of-age story about a young girl, and that's all I can say, and keep it short. So I'll start with a poem I wrote just on the Wednesday of the fire, actually. It made me like reflect on, I guess, where we are as people in general, and it was inspired by another poem I read about New Year's, and it's a palindrome poem. So it's one poem reading downwards and then poem reading upwards. And I was just thinking, like, 2020, I was in the Philippines. We started the year with ashfall. The volcano just erupted. So, and then now again, I was waking up to ashfall. So, New Year, same me. The new year starts with ashfall once again. I can't help but cloud fears of being the same person. Last year, I can no longer distinguish the ruins, volcanic or man-made, past or present. It's all the same disaster, regressing to mere concepts. I've gotten burned out from finding a new light in a world that's been burning up. The fire has crossed the 2nd degree. I've felt all that I can ever feel, and all I can say is, I've been here before the year finally ends. The year finally ends, and I've been here before, and all I can say is I've felt all that I can ever feel. The fire has crossed the 2nd degree in a world that's been burning up from finding a new light. I've gotten burnt out, regressing to mere concepts. It's all the same disaster, past or present, volcanic or man-made. I can no longer distinguish the ruins of being the same person last year. I can't help but cloud fears with ashfall. Once again, the new year starts. Okay, which one should I read next? Here. Home economics and living education. It's inspired by, I stopped writing the poem after Tess Gallagher. My mother, she passes down links of recipes from her province with word-of-mouth modifications to match our metropolitan Manila mixed taste. Before flying to the States, she left me a grocery list that served as my mental template and oral tradition wisdom. Veggies and fish are cheaper and fresher at the wet market. When you buy a whole chicken, tell the butcher, pang tinola cut. Here's my card. It's a checking account. I always kept count of the present balance versus items in the grocery cart. Her wisdom crosses borders. I followed her from grocery to grocery. Ralph's has great deals on good meat. 99 Ranch has fresh seafood. Get the whole young chicken at Vaughn's or Trader Joe's. She's my translator from peso to dollar, kilos to pounds, Tagalog to Chinese veggie names. Here's my card. Money won't stop our tenderness. My mother, she hands me down knowledge on knife angles to slice Baguio beans and julienne carrots. She was still cooking hours before her flight home to bury her mother. And somewhere behind her was her daughter, learning to see how it's done. Okay. Next one. This is called Bad Haircuts. Bad haircuts. In the moment, it always felt so thrilling, like I will come out a new woman, head up, hair down, confident and proud. Yet I keep coming home in tears and ugliness, covering mirrors, hiding hair and heart. I've been trying to find the one who could get my head right, gone to the strangest places, had the most awkward faces, only to convince myself with someone else's mirror. I like this. I can live with this. But when you took my hair in your hands, brushed it from ear to shoulder to see my face, I knew I've had my last bad haircut. Because with you, I always come home feeling more and more me, and even more and more beautiful every day. Like 2 more, I guess. Okay, this one's very new, and it's kind of like, I guess, a history lesson on colonization. How fun. Geohistory of body. I have become an archipelago. I surround myself with tears. It's all I can monopolize for myself, while everyone keeps taking and taking and taking my body, my money, my love. My heart is submerged. I'm baptized and holy. I'm invaded and assaulted. I'm pilfered and a subject, drowning in my own skin. They come inside my open shores for men to govern my every island, each limb divided and conquered, pulled apart for their selfish comforts. I'm at war with myself. The North does not pray with the South. Their gods are quarreling from heavens, and all I can muster is cry. Tear away my skin, my unwilling womb. I offer myself on my knees, bleeding and birthing. My 7,000 scatter to see and mourn the rich paradises I could have been. Fun fact, it's formatted like an island. Yeah. And this is one of the first poems I did from English and then translated to Tagalog. So wait for it in my book. Yeah. And finally, I got my last one. My gosh. Work with me. Waiting for my hair to air dry after midnight. These fresh white walls are one shade lighter than the popcorn ceiling. I keep finding proof of the terrible paint job on the edges where wall meets objects. Maybe it's time to put up all those prints from years of gigs and art fairs, but I don't have a centerpiece corkboard yet. Why does this feel so surreal? I was just home 2 weeks ago, and now I'm here. Again. This is probably dry enough to sleep in. Wait, no, I don't want a headache or a flat head. I mean, is it really bad or something grown-ups just said? Oh my God, that self-confessed drug lord is spilling revelations of police-coerced implications. I wonder why I keep getting nightmares of dystopian danger and civil unrest. Did I not dry my hair properly last time? Next time, I'll shower an hour earlier. Oh, my table is a mess. Am I self-obsessed to have brought these medals across oceans as a reminder of who I once was? Oh wow, I haven't picked up this book since pre-pandemic college days. Do I reply to him now or tomorrow? I'll sleep on it. Can I? It's been 4 hours. Nope, still damp. I'll shake it out a bit more. The air is saturating with color. I smell coconuts, mangoes, shea butter, gardenia flowers, sunflowers, avocados, and home. I have a garden in my head. My hand trails down from root to split end, My God, how long my hair has grown. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jesse, Beyond Broke. And besides my upcoming book, I think like somewhere this winter, Mama's Kitchen Press is releasing an anthology book on play. So it's a sports-related anthology, and I have 2 pieces there. Thank you to Mike Bonifer, shout out. And yeah, follow me on IG, Pam Concept 5. Ask me later how it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that, Pam. Really, that was awesome. So I told all the readers that are reading today that they are not obligated to read what they have published through the magazine at all, which, it's because, no, we don't need to worry about that. If you want to look at it, you can just go online. So, and then, by the way, back to Ivan real quick. You can find some of his work on Mobile Data Mag as well, and something on systemic dreaming, because this is a test post for one of my pieces. So let's see. Next person I'm gonna call up. Jennifer Baptiste's work explores form, humor, and reactions to art. If you have met Jennifer in person, then I'd say you can't separate her vocal personality from her writing. Jennifer has contributed to Mobile Data Mag by being a co-host for the Mobile Data Mag summer series with Open Mic. For everything else related to promotion for that series, that's why she's listed on the masthead, along with Andrew Liu, who's also on the mag. So let's welcome Jennifer Baptiste.
Thank you. That was really cool. I'm like, that's my new bio. Amazing. Yeah, so good to be here. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here at Beyond Baroque. And so, I'm going to rock some poems with you guys. Bloom. Hey, you. Blossoming in this garden of life, bursting through in the most unlikely of places, to let others know that you are worthy of being anywhere you wish to be. I see you sprouting. You are the weed in the orchard, daisy in the tundra, a rose in the concrete taking deep roots. As you navigate the trials and tribulations of this lifetime, remember who you are. Did you not know? You are the blossoming lotus bearing the fruit in the season of fire that rises from murky waters each night. Growing, flourishing, fragrant, and evolving, blossoming in the most unlikely of places, to let others know that you are worthy of being here. It is a pleasure to be in your presence, knowing that you are on the cusp of a full bloom. Yeah. I wrote that just, to feel good, so I hope it made you guys feel good too. Home is where the head rests. Home is where the head rests beyond the silver lining of the chain link fence of a playground's exterior. Off the beaten path, scattered with tents enclosing people that no one wants to see. Somewhere near East LA, where the only bit of hope is the church with $1 tacos that come with free prayers or a burrito for $10.99. The path to homelessness is the weight of uncertainty, one check away from keeping eviction at bay. It's a burden I've learned all too well. My head used to rest on the sheets of covering a pillow of a bed that I didn't want the smell of on me. A room sold by a man but not gifted, although he loved for people to view him as the good Samaritan he wished to be. High off the vibe of a reputation of knight in shining armor, engraved with gaslighting and rusted with complaints. I want to help you. I'm doing you a favor. That's what he'd say to me. Everything has a price and nothing is free in LA. You give your money or you give your energy. It's a choice I get to make every day. Home is full of empty spaces reserved for capitalist gain and decorated with graffiti. Unseen artivists rebel against the system, creating eyesores or urban beauty. Some heroes push the pen. Other heroes carry the paint and brush against the law, shedding light on the claim that there's nowhere for the unhoused to go. Others just agreed to disagree. The wheel of fortune forever rises and falls round concrete beds, cardboard blankets, or reclined car seats under moonlit streets beside luxury high-rises. I know home is where the head rests, and any home could belong to someone like me. Yeah, so if you know anything about housing in LA, you can definitely relate to that piece. And this next piece is called the F title poem, and I feel like this is perfect for the people who feel really tense right now about different pieces of legislation and that are just fighting to be recognized as being themselves. F title poem. I don't give a flip. You thought I was gonna say fuck, didn't you? But I'm a lady, and I don't say things like that. Or do I? Speak with a sharp tongue, boss up with the masculines, or dress fierce with the femmes? Can a woman be defined? With a uterus in the womb, makeup on the face, or spirit within laced with grace? How do you define a mother? The one who carried, the others that choose the lost and forgotten, or the brave that teach 30 at a time each day? I don't give a flip. A lady or a femme or a mother in any form is a win, and you shouldn't give a fuck either. Yeah. So yeah, I stick it to the man sometimes, Yeah. So this next piece is from Mobile Data Mag. You said we didn't have to, but I like this one, so I was like, I gotta do it. Here for a good time. I'm just here for the vibes. I'm just trying to have a good time tonight. Who got jokes? I'm trying to laugh tonight. Who got the next spot? I'm trying to hang out tonight. I got the high vibrations, I'll fill your cup. Who's trying to get uplifted tonight? I'm just here for a good time. I'm 15 years sober, so I'm not trying to get fucked up tonight. Who's the drinkers that don't get weird after one too many sips? I'll be the D&D tonight. I'm just here for the good vibes. I keep it chill, but don't let that stop you from getting lit tonight. We going out? We sitting on the couch. We courtside at the game or walking down the strip tonight. Whatever we do, it's all right. You see how I'm fitted, right? I think you're cute too. Don't be shy. I'm trying to see what's up tonight. We can go for a ride till the sunrise and eat the egg special in the morning light. I'm here for the good vibes all the time, not just for the night. Yeah. What's so funny is I always admire those people who have poems that kind of introduce themselves. And after I wrote that, I was like, oh my God, that's my poem, to let people know that I'm cool. Mind your business. Don't worry about my waistline. What it was yesterday may not be what it is today. Expanded with the food of my people and fine dining with the fellas are tightened by the pressures of society. You might see dimples on my face cheeks or down below on my ass cheeks. Mind your business. The daily walks don't always include glute squats. So what about the bags under my eyes and the creases in my face? I've shed some tears about life, laughed too long through the night, and squinted my eyes one too many times while leaning in close to a friend to hear the tea, especially today. Each day, my body tells a story, letting you know that you may or may not have to worry about me. Do I have time for two more? Yeah, they're short. I'll be out of here in no time. X marks the spot. I don't talk about my exes, but if they love me good enough, I might have written a poem or two. If they made my hips jerk and had the bills paid, I'd probably devote a line or two. Showed me things I'd never seen or played mischief so foul, I walked away with my heart intact that I never gave them. I put my pen on the line and share some views about that, where the X marked his spot. Right? You felt that. Me too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this last piece is Fair and Fauna, and it was published with the Altadena Poetry Review, and they did have copies of the book in the library where they published it in the anthology, but unfortunately it has burned down. So hopefully you guys can maybe show some support and purchase the book and maybe help out them, with that again. Fair and Fauna. Fair and fauna, drowned in sepia, dancing in avian bliss. Right eye marked by beauty, left eye drifting in wonder, telling a story of remiss. Yeah. Thank you so much again. My zine is available, Unlocking the Secrets of Loneliness. And also, if you just want to hear my voice again, you can check out my SoundCloud, and I got some poems there too. So, thank you.
Wait, did you say that the Altadena Library burned down? Yes. So, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. On Instagram, they're saying that it's still intact, but then other people are saying that it's burned down. So this is why it's like very... Yeah. Yeah. No, and again, I did things there in Altadena Library because I was an IT person for like a year for one of the poet laureate things. But anyway, yeah. Thank you so much for that, Jennifer. Really appreciate it. So for the poem that she read that's on Mobile Data Mag, what I did, because she was published for a second time, what I was doing for second timers was just putting pictures. And the picture I put for that, if you look it up, is a picture of other folks that are on Mobile Data Mag. And you'll know who they are, like Laura, Nikolai, Jeremy Green, and Missy Fuego. Yeah. Next person I'm going to call up is going to be Daryl Gussin. Is known for being a punk-inspired and musically influenced writer. I felt honored to feature alongside Daryl for Trenches Full of Poets. As you know, I currently do a prose spinoff because I respect Nikolai Garcia and Mauricio Moreno. And by the way, you can find some of their work in the mag. Because of the spinoff, Olga Murillo is listed on the masthead because she's a writer I met through Angelou when they were in the MFA program together at Cal State Long Beach, a program that attracts interest from Moontide Press, who has published Ally McGregor, another writer who's a friend of Andrew. And you can find some copies of Moontide Press related stuff here in their bookstore. Anyways, I think Daryl's work should be reached further out to Chapman area for the Two Idiots Peddling Poetry series in the near future. I'm grateful Daryl allowed me to publish his piece a few months ago, and I look forward to publishing another piece of his sometime in spring or later or something. Yeah, but let's welcome Daryl.
Thanks, Jesse. And, Happy birthday to you. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daryl. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, now I'm going to read some really depressing poetry. I hope you're... Don't mind that. Especially thanks to Cinnamon Roll, who I just learned existed today. Big Cinnamon Roll fan. I got 4 pieces. I'm just gonna read them. There's some zines for sale in the bookstore, etc. This first one is called Uncle, and it's dedicated to my Uncle Tom, who's no longer with us, and my niece Harriet, who is little joyous ball of human energy. Uncle. Entwined within the threads of my most basic concerns is this deep-seated fear of being that childless uncle who passed on while you were still a kid. The uncle you have fond memories of but never truly knew. And with every new nagging pain that springs from inside my body, I can't help but think, this is how it starts. This will end in tears. And I wonder, am I staying alive for my people or for myself? Are we all just staying alive for each other? Is the underlying crux of humanity an undiscussed sense of obligation to remain in this realm for as long as our brittle bodies can take the abuse? Tears, endless tears for the rest of your long life. That is my fear. I refuse to be the distant childhood memory in the mind of an adult. I have to survive this life. 2, boyfriend. I had a dream that your boyfriend told me to tell you that it was okay if you cheated on him with me. I tried to explain that by him saying it was okay, it turned from cheating into something else entirely, and he said he wasn't concerned with labels. And I told him I was fine never calling anything, ever again. But ultimately, if anything were to happen, it wouldn't have anything to do with what we thought. Maybe something, but not much of anything. He said he was making up for lost time, spent too many years being paranoid of betrayal, needed to float on his back in the ocean, let the water do the driving, let the moon be its roadmap. I had a dream that your boyfriend told me to tell you that he met someone else, that he's gay, that he's finally come into who he is. No more lies, no more acts. He said not to bother looking for him. He's already gone to heaven and danced with the angels, buried his face in fluffy white clouds. He said they sing songs up there that are so beautiful our ears could never understand. He seemed really happy. I had a dream that your boyfriend told me to tell you that he loves you. And not just when he's drunk or with his rocks freshly off, but in the middle of the day with burden on his shoulders, he thinks of the times that the sun lit up your face and the way you smiled in the light. He wonders what he's done to deserve your presence. I just wish I understood why he needed me to tell you this, why I have anything to do with this. The sun is a bitter candle that's dying, and I am a moth with shackled wings preventing me from tasting the fire. I don't give a shit what your boyfriend says. 3, pile of bones. My regrets lay in the form of a pile of bones in the most wounded corner of my heart's least likely place to ever find anything remotely warm or fuzzy. Occasionally, out of disrespect, the bones are doused in cheap liquor and dusted with the ash of tobacco embers. The regrets aren't vague. The memories aren't symbolic. The names most certainly haven't been changed to protect anyone's identity. And yet it all feels so painfully curated. Wow. I think while looking out the window of a late-night moving train as it glides over a gridlock freeway, I have rewritten myself so many times the actual truth could potentially destroy me. Tonight, the train is full, and in it you will find the destitute and the comfortable, the lucid and the incoherent, the poets and the patriots. And I have to wonder what level of delusion each writer is currently operating under. What heroic dose of bullshit got them out of bed and onto this train, shrouded in self-induced amnesic bliss that's both protective and equally stifling. And then, with every passing dishonest year, another bone is added to the pile. The chaotic laughter of your memories will echo off the walls as the seeping wounds leak an unrecognizable fluid, and you see it now. You see it for what it is. Bones on bones on bones. Another cheap attempt to keep score. But why bother with the count when you can just move on? This is my last one. Thanks again to Cinnamon Roll, mostly. It's it's been a long road, man. We're here. This is called Rest of Days. In the news one morning, I happened upon an article about how they developed a quantum computing chip that operates using parallel universes to solve equations in 5 minutes that would take the current existing supercomputers 10 quadrillion years to solve, and I thought, I deserve to go buy myself some new underwear. We are toast. We are crumbs. You and I can't even solve equations in this universe. And so I beg you, fellow toast crumb, enjoy your final days at the top of the food chain. I plan on enjoying myself for what I am, a warm body, a hard dick, a sympathetic ear, a friend, a shepherd of observations. The rain on the leaves, the barbecue in the backyard, the taste of a new lover's neck, the feeling of recently purchased underwear. These experiences will never affect the exchange of stocks, will never satisfy the bloodthirsty viewers of the 24-hour news cycle, will do very little for those with their snake oil market analytics, but they will make your day better, your life better, your outlook on the future brighter. Embrace the brighter future. Embrace the goosebumps and the butterflies, the lightning bugs, and the uncontrollable smiles as your eyes meet. Let the parallel universes live their parallel lives and accept this one for what it has to offer. A poem, a party, and then one final kiss goodnight. Thank you.
That last poem wasn't really all that depressing. It was more optimistic to me, but no, it's okay. No, that is wonderful. No, really, thank you so much. Yeah. It's okay. Can someone grab me a Modelo?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Thank you.
That's a power move.
No, and I'm not trying to be like.
That's the poem.
No. No, it's because I got a request from a birthday person to for me to read, and normally when I host a lot of things, whether it's for my magazine or not or whatever, I normally don't read. I really don't. But I was requested to read, so I'm gonna do that.
A birthday person?
Yeah.
Gotta fulfill the birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, fulfill.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But oh yeah, I'm waiting for that Modelo. But I will say, thank you so much, Duncan. Appreciate it. Yeah. And by the way, check out his poem on Mobile Data Mag, and he just came out with a zine. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Zizix is coming out with a audio anthology called Press Forward, and they're gonna publish a prose poem of mine on there. But I'm not gonna read that piece because I'm not gonna read it, and I'm gonna say why. It's about like New Year and the typical New Year resolution stuff, and I quoted another fellow poet that I know and I've had read before for Trenchful of Prose. And as much as I like what I wrote, don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest, it's not something I don't think I could really read anywhere, honestly. But so I'm not reading that poem, prose poem. However, I am gonna read another poem that was published by Zizix last year for their audio anthology called Word Porn, and for their prompt for that submission. They said to maybe just write a piece in homage to someone. And this is actually someone that I got to work with in helping someone put together an event. And this was in Sacramento. This person lives in Sacramento to this day. So some of you may know who I'm talking about. And this piece is called At Inner City, which is actually a real place over in Lincoln Heights. And the homage is to Josevari. Yeah. Laguardo is a Latino who's walking to celebration. He's a dude who walked in having small talk with those he don't know. He's a man having a mezcal and mineral water cocktail sprinkled with tajin with a chili lollipop inside. Laguardo enjoys 805, water, the DJs, a punk band, present to celebrate a skater who has a shoot by America. Laguardo is a Latino who's at a Thrasher video premiere party. Skater of the hour, congratulated by many, including the dude Laguardo. He asks the skater, "Is this a dream come true?" The skater says yes. Laguardo missed out on pizza, but enjoys a mezcal and Red Bull. Laguardo spots a skater he's seen in a sports therapy reel for a sports therapy place in Monrovia. Laguardo sees a Hispanic family window shopping and buying shoes while there's a party going on. Laguardo is brought back to childhood and teen memories of mom taking him and his sister to skate shops, buying stuff to wear out, to wear to school. Memories of him and his sister going to skate parks and skateboarding around the neighborhood to skate with their friends at the time. Inner City has Laguardo found, dug in memories, thanks to the Hispanic family creating memories for themselves and the merch release party for someone who's worked at a gym career come true since their teen years. Let's not forget, Inner City has a staff living out their dreams alive after finding community in the skate world. Laguardo is in memory lane being found at Inner City. So that's that piece right there. Honestly, every time that I read that poem, I always stumble on saying the word Laguardo because I will say Laguardo or a mix of the two because speech impediments and all that, and I guess I don't know if that means I'm not Californian enough. I don't know. So, yeah. So up next, who I am gonna call up. Okay, I met let me see. God, yeah, yes, went up. Okay, cool. I met Laura Sermeño at my job in Northeast LA. For that event, LA Post Society hosts a reading series and open mic, which actually just got canceled today. And outside of the mag and my current job, I like when I can help other writers and folks who allow me to help them. That's why the LA Post Society does what they do at my job. I realize I went tangential, but that's what I'm known for, I guess, when hosting some readings. A month or two later, I was happy to see Laura get a feature for Trenches Full of Poets. In actuality, Laura met Mauricio at my job that same day because Mauricio featured that day. Over the summer, Laura appeared on Mobile Data Mag, and when I was an unofficial assistant editor for another online poetry forum, I forwarded one of Laura's poems over there, and it got published. Also, I forwarded one of Yvonne's poems I saw on an IG story over there as well. Laura has read at some cool places in 2024, including another series I help out in that did their annual event at Medicine for Nightmares. This month, you can find a poem by Laura on Mobile Data Mag. And let's welcome Laura Sermeño.
Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Happy birthday, Daryl. My drama teacher is here from high school. Hi, Mr. Healy. Thank you. Okay, I got some weird ones. They're all new. This is probably my longest poem. It's called "It Took Me All Year to Write This" in 2024. I'll have to scour at a later hour. I haven't had a moment. Such a good Mexican trait to create life. And what if I did let you in? Who would I be then to let you in? My beauty and youth have a worth. Slumming it with you was the closest thing to hell I'd ever do to myself. We still have something, don't you see? If you ever find yourself not giving a shit about me, you let me know. Sometimes you feel the kiss of death whispering in your ear. Limping around Long Beach, Caucasian in a Republican way. Living ancestor, rain on my patria, cry on my patria. I was never fucking American. Sometimes I feel like I'm still too young to be smoking cigarettes. I'm a fool of massive proportions. To you I dedicated my endless devotion. You look at me like kids look at candy. I got to fuck one of the greatest poets. I'm not just fucking saying that. I was thinking I was turning into an old woman, but I wasn't. I was turning into myself, but it was different. I was holding you down with my palm wide open. You tried to fuck me up, but I'm still soft. You didn't change me. Mexicans want everything to be a novela, and this is not that. I guess every nice thing you do for me is your apology, and you're trying so hard for my forgiveness. I spoon-fed him my vag. I begin with a sigh. I like to fuck good poets. You call me intimidating. There's intimacy, then there's dating. The men that have loved me hard, good and bad. I hate being right, but sometimes you force me to. Maybe one day you'll let God love you again. Write a poem about Alex's girlfriend finding my book. I am the last happy poet. I don't know if I love my lovers. I make love to my lovers. You heal something deep in my vast vacant void. You make me think of how bad of a person I am. He gave me the relationship I asked for. Maybe he gave what he could give when he could give it. My pussy is wet. My thoughts are dry. I want a man that's like Spanish tile. I will never remember today. I will never forget today. Hit me where it feels good. I got chamoy on my titties yesterday. You're hot, that's better than cool. Okay, I got drunk, sue me, it's summer. And maybe it was beneath me, but I wanted to be beneath him. I am my own perfect woman. In bed at least once, I could always get a man down. Pathetic for you. The love of my life counted the moles on my face. He realized 3 of them made a triangle. He called it the Bermuda Triangle. You could get lost in it. You gave me nothing. I still felt something. I know what kind of human I am. I need sex like I need air. I knew what I was in was toxic. I was protective of it. Everything I went through that made me hate where I'm from. A dumb rat in God's stupid lab. A dumb God in someone's lab. Vicente Fernandez. His hate goes deeper than his love did. I still feel the love through your hate. True underground. I don't even like people. Are you a good person, or are you more concerned with being perceived as good rather than being? If you were good, you wouldn't be concerned with whether others thought you were. I am not forgetting about you. Love is for teenagers, prefrontal cortex vibes. Lying is all you're good at. I see why you do it. Your dick is like Fight Club. It's like some don't ask, don't tell shit. No regard for other human life, trying to juggle my failures with my successes, see which holds more weight, which I should drop. I have more to convey than I am beauty. Now that I can afford more than nothing, men always circle back like vultures. This moment is our love tonight. Yeah, love. Estoy llorando una lloradera silenciosa. Every man wants to be a boy. Harkens to a darker time. This town started as a mistake. You don't know what I'm saying, but you're smart, you'll figure it out. Altadena. Don't you love to be strangled into submission by the city you live in? Reclaim your sense of home among ashes. Everywhere I know is gone. I memorize those streets, the winding road to the best school I could find for my son, the steep incline of Lake Avenue, the wildlife that's with me that breathes the same air as a crunchy mom's, where I've deemed perfect enough to raise my son. Nothing is irreplaceable to me as a son except this place. I told y'all it was pedazo de Aztlán, pedazo de cambio, a city of fictitious design. Why? My paradise was all mine. A los mexicanos a mí los vas a respetar. Who else do you think is going to rebuild this city? Who you are and what you make of it, where you're from and what you make of it. If I could just get a taste of it, the first time I stepped foot in the Altadena foothills in high school, I must have been 16, half of my life ago. And I used to go to Pasadena from the poverty-stricken part of El Monte, a 30-minute drive for a single mother for the Whole Foods. My mother had EBT. She gave me $100 a month for food from Whole Foods because I was hung up on being vegetarian. And I'm hungry now for Altadena, for he giveth and he taketh away. I have very little left to say. Build me all the way up and break me all the way down. We will rebuild it. Some say we shouldn't. But this is our land now, our honor. Fictitiously, forward, onward, a new future, a life still worth living. I've got a couple untitles for you guys, so maybe think about some titles for me. I dream about you every night still. I wake up with your name in my mouth as if you just ran out. Every day, again and again, you run out on me. I fantasize about having you again for bed or breakfast, one more time, for old time's sake. Why do you reach out with a whimper? I want you too, will you come over? I keep thinking you'll try finding my key under the mat or the one under my plant, that you'll just walk in, take me all over again, give me more to daydream over. You'd hover over me, tell me to wake up, pause my nightly mares, tell me I'm back, give me a hug, kiss me to death, lick me like a dog. Start all over, lovers resigned, no memory lost, feelings feigned, I'd let you ruin my year, again and again. Remind me that love is a dog from hell. I keep the key under the mat, under the plant. I won't move unless you do. Okay, last poem, second untitled poem. Help me with the title. That the world for you doesn't start and end with me drives me to madness. Entrenched in the truth, too difficult to compute. You love yourself and hate yourself more than anyone else, or that you'd even let anyone. You know you don't love me, and you know you never did. Too bad this love didn't make life worth living. Rough patch right toward the end might be a new direction around New Year's Bend. But you were supposed to lie at some point and say, I would be with you if I believed in the continuation of the world. If I wasn't so shattered and hurt by the woman who knew me and ran, by the ones who didn't understand, by the ones who could love past me, see me and walk away. I would love you if I could, but I cannot. I will not. I will marry this hurt and this hatred. I will make love to this agony, bend it beyond belief, make it a new identity. I would be with you if I wanted to, but that I never did. Now we reach some reality, a destination we never occupied together. I live here and I storm its weather. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Laura. Let me get my light script.
Remember the Modelo, but not your phone?
I know, right? See, I know. But yeah. Oh, is that Altadena poem still gonna get translated into Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I do want that. I'm serious. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, last person. Okay. Mauricio and I met at an event affiliated with Distill Arts while I was still doing readings at My Place Cafe in Alta Pasa. If life was different, I would have had Mauricio feature solo for that series. Many of those readings were solo readings lasting 30 plus minutes. Nikolai knows that because he was one of those features. But because I was involved with Altadena Library for the Poet Laureates program in late 2022, I am glad I was able to squeeze Mauricio in for Diosa's 1-year anniversary for her first book, Church of My Own. Both Mauricio and Hector Son of Hector, who's also on Mobile Data Mag, featured together in late 2022 when I was helping out in another series where there was a chance I would take over a magazine affiliated with that series. Anyways, I'm glad to have partnered with Mauricio and to have published him. So let's welcome Mauricio.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Yvonne. This is a first of many for me. First time performing at Beyond Baroque. I've been here before, but this is my first time. True story. Oh, it's okay. Oh, this is a public service announcement. Cinnamon Roll has an admirer, and it's my plushie. She said she wants to sin with you. So, she's crazy, so don't listen to her. But it's good to be here. I've always admired Jesse's gumption in terms of like finding ways to bring poetry accessibility. And I think Mobile Data Mag is such a brilliant concept to not just honor local poets, but also bring it to the masses, you know, to people to just kind of like what Yvonne was saying, just like take a break and read a poem. And I think that's like what we need right now. So I have some old poems from my book, Anatomy of a Flame. You can find it online at Los Angeles Poet Society. And I'm currently sold out, but yes. I'm going to start with this one. It's called The Largest Organ. It's about being Latino. Sun-kissed leather, copper-colored armor, breathing, growing, dying every 4 weeks. My skin is enriched with melanin, punctuated in pigments and hair follicles, forged and tempered under the sun and moon. It is witness to philosophers and scientists. It bears the dreams and hopes of the minds that challenge the status quo. This armor of hair and scabs holds the memory of harvest and bounties. This organ grows with the thoughts of a people, the scars of oppression and genocide, the hopes of revolutionaries, of working class heroes, the desires of these pigments to be judged not by the content of its melanin, but by the sacrifice of its bearers. My skin, with heart-shaped birthmarks and specks of past lives, is full of the dreams of my roots, the Muisca people who birthed the seeds of my future. My skin, with tissues of Teflon and strings of steel hair, sways with the songs of my father, the psalms of the first people. My skin remembers their struggle. My skin honors their sacrifice. I will let my skin bleed so my descendants can fulfill their dreams of tomorrow. Thank you. So a little bit about my background. I'm a first-generation immigrant. Both of my parents came here legally, but my grandmother crossed the border twice illegally. And I don't have to tell you all what's been going on, and you know the rage that we may feel towards the attitude towards immigrants, towards a corrupt system of immigration is something that I told myself, like, the work never stops. We have to continue to show up for ourselves, for our community. And I wrote this poem at a time when way before Trump was even a blip, that it was still an issue. And it's dedicated for my grandmother. It's called Señora de la Cruz. She throws her clothes in a duffel bag, sweaters and cotton shirts entangled with torn shoes, hoping the church will give them to someone less fortunate. She shoves leaky water bottles into her knapsack, dampening banana leaf tamales, ballet slipper-colored conchas, tamarind squares, whatever she can afford. She licks her thumb, calloused by sewing machine cuts and hammered nails, and counts her life savings one last time as she prepares for the coyote. She leaves the photographs for last, holding them like keys to secret doors, to secret passages. The ones that lead her back to her childhood, she thumbs and finds her newborn son in Sunday mass colors. Abuelita's toothless post in her grin, the picture of her family her father thought she had lost. She begins a mantra, tengo que cruzar. She speaks this mantra as tears travel down familiar roads, her feet stepping on unfamiliar sands. She doesn't know if the Chihuahuan desert will engulf her or if La Migra will ask questions with bullets. No guarantee that Los Yankees won't greet her with a no vacancy sign. Still, she speaks the mantra, tengo que cruzar. She doesn't know if her son will remember her. or if she'll see his first steps, nor does she know if El Coyote will keep his promise, or if Los Lobos won't prostrate themselves over her bones. So she touches her forehead, chest, and both her shoulders, entrusting her children to a deity as she perforates a line she can't cross while repeating the mantra in her heart. Tengo que cruzar. Thank you. Okay, I got some new shit. This did come at a time during when Trump was more than a blip. I mean, he's still a piece of shit, but yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck him. Fuck this corporatocracy. Fuck the, I can't think of words right now. Oh, by the way, if you've noticed, I kind of hobbled along here. So this was a result of trying to do something besides writing to contain my rage. So I started, that was a good guess. I took a boxing class, and being a writer and not a boxer, I fucked up my knee the first day. So, moral of the story, don't ever try new things. Okay, this is called There Are No Wars Here. There are no wars here. Only discounted rifles, 2-for-1 ammo specials, sales on silencers, jacket rackets, body armor in all children's sizes, bulletproof vests made to protect fetuses, nothing more. There are no wars here. Only shadows of bodies melted into brick walls. A desert of bullet casings, yellow-shelled roads paved in crimson and rust. There are no wars here. Only landmines where landmarks stood vigil, war zones in classrooms, gunpowder puffs instead of chalk-filled erasers, peace treaties, cadavers in rivers, castles constructed on the sun-dried bones of all generation immigrants. There are no wars here. Only shallow graves under boarding schools. Suits firing hollow point rhetoric. Bones fused with barbed wire. Sentence fragments flailing from childless mothers' mouths. A balance sheet as long as a trail of tears. Gods of charcoal and nitrate engulfing all its worshippers. There are no wars here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Where are you? See, I organized myself and I'm still not organized. Okay. I swear it was here. Okay. This wasn't planned, but this is something new. And it's short. Do not ask me to pick a side or pretend the law is sacred. When the law once made chattel slavery legal, stripped my grandmother of her history, gave her an apellido less foreign, made it legal to cage babies. Do not tell me whose suffering is more valid, whose blood is worth more. Do not ask where your guns go when they leave your borders. Do not act like you care about dying children because there's a genocide in Palestine, in the Congo that you never post about, that you never read about. There is a disaster in Sri Lanka where miners are buried in cave-ins, dying for our crystal obsession. So do not tell me that your crystal tells me how fortunate you are, because chances are those same crystals are blood-stained. There's enough suffering to go around to believe that you are excused of any fault. And performative charity has an expiration date, as long as the next viral tragedy, the next outrage to share on your feed, so do not tell me to take a fucking side. Thank you. So as you can probably tell, some of my poetry is pretty angry, and thank you. This is the painkiller talking, so. writing has kind of been a way for me to express not just my frustration and rage and anger, but also my hope. And I feel like at so many disasters around us, you feel so limited and so futile to what to do. And I've, time and time again, reading poetry through Jesse's page and so many other poets, all of you have brought me hope. The fact that, we could have been anywhere. We could have been in our, in our homes, just wallowing in uncertainty, and we're here. We're here kind of speaking our truths in our minds, and that gives me hope. So applause to all of you for being here. And I'm going to finish my set with a piece that offers hope. To be honest, I didn't think I would read this piece after the last couple months. I wrote this before I knew Trump would be our president. But I'm trying to practice patience and practice compassion, because the way to move forward is not with more hate. So this is called The Patience of Untying Knots. Hate is like a knotted mess of rotted rope around your heart. It gnarls and blackens the edges with prejudice, the fibers undoing at the seams from the weight of ire that it carries. A heart cannot grow or beat freely with the knots around its muscle. It's constricted, limited. It can't beat the way it was meant to beat. Once a knot shows up, more follows, until your love is moored on a shore without a life preserver, and only doubt and fear anchoring you to the beaches. The riptides hurled flotsam at your feet. In reckless abandon, they crash against the hungry jutted teeth. Your heart unwilling to embark beyond the pier. This is the power of one knot, of hate entombing a thing made to love. That you can set yourself free from hate with the patience of untying just one knot. Because it didn't start at once, nor can you always quell all the hate in your heart in just a day. It takes a moonlight of 100 low tides, as much time to oxidize iron into sea moss, and abandon jetsam into an anemone, a school of fish to undo something that took years to form. And to do this, you must first grip the knot in your hand. Feel how tight it wraps around itself. Trace the grooves of rope that once felt the mist of every ocean and honor its journey. Respect the many turns it's taken and been taken on. Accept that not every hook was its own fault, that people don't always come out of a journey unscathed. And listen to the story in its scars. And then when you've heard enough, place a soft hand on it. Ask it to open. Find the crevice where it's most vulnerable, most willing to return to its sturdy splendor, and start there. Begin to dig with your nails. It will resist you. Try to show you the strength of its conviction. It may try to rip you, cut you deep, burn your hand, but keep going. Though it may try to attack you and call you names, keep digging. Though it may use half-truths and blatant lies to confuse you, keep digging. Though it may spin yourself around you and try to make a noose around your neck, keep digging. Though it will use slippery slopes and red herrings to trip you up and lead you from unraveling, keep digging. Though it will beg the question, throw straw men at you, appeal to a higher authority greater than you, keep digging, keep scratching, keep listening, keep digging, until you hear the faint sound of a child whispering, "It hurts. Help me." And with the patience of the ocean, dig and scratch until you feel the knot begin to give slack and open itself like an oyster, and let you inside the first opening. Let you unravel even a constrictor knot, and let you know even the tightest of knots, the deepest of hatred, can still be undone. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for your time. Whoosh. Woo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Mauricio. Yeah, that was really awesome. All of you guys that read today are awesome. That's why I have you in my magazine. So yeah. Yeah. So.
You and Mandela to say that one.
So Pam, I need a poem from you this year. Jennifer, I need something from you this year. Well, again, prose or poem. Prose or poem. Mauricio, same thing. Prose or poem. Yeah. Daryl, same thing. Prose or poem. And Laura, that translation. Yeah. Yeah. Cinnamon roll are looking forward to it. Thank you all to everyone that's here in the audience, including some folks that I've known for, different walks of life for like a very long time. Even Adam Stoltz from Broken Lens is here. Thank you for being here. Thank you some folks from CLI that are here. Yeah, and Los Angeles Literature. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all. See, right now, so Mobile Data Mag is doing an ongoing thing called the Mobile Data Mag Relief Fund. The reason it's going to be ongoing is because I know the people that are affected by the Eaton fires have their separate GoFundMes and whatnot. But what I want to do with this fund and what I have been doing is like just giving the money as it comes, because it could go for coffee or something in addition to what they're doing with the GoFundMes and the other extra stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. So. Yeah, if you guys can give to that relief fund, you can just email or DM on Instagram. My Instagram, well, the magazine's Instagram is author pop-ups. Yeah, and what else? I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, for the Palisades fire, I do want to say that I know someone that did lose their home there. They are the publisher of Alegría. So, I wish them well. So, oh, they moved out. Okay, see, that part I did not know. Yeah. 2 weeks. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And then someone that I've seen at a reading that I've attended, Jessica Salgado, wrote a piece on De Los Angeles Times about the maids that have worked there in that area over the years, back when the Metro bus 576 used to exist. Yeah, and right now, or before the fire, to get there, for those that would have to rely on Metro, they would have to take the bus route called the 134 from downtown Santa Monica, which right now Metro has canceled, and it looks like it's going to be permanently canceled, along with the 602 that runs from UCLA to the Palisades. Looks like it's going to be permanently canceled. They're saying temporarily, but I think it's going to be permanently canceled. Same thing with all the other buses on in the Eaton fires for the 662, which is be a bunch of other Metro routes back in the day. North of Washington, no bus service, so it looks like it's going to be permanently that way. Same thing with the 660. Yeah. So people that need Metro, it's like, Metro, I don't know. I have a mixed relationship with Metro. As much as I want to like advocate for it too myself, as some others that I know, but it's like, I don't know. Yeah. I know Yvonne's gonna say a couple closing words, but if he wants to read a poem too, go for it. Yeah.
We'll save the poem for later, I think. Because we should all hang out. There's plenty of wine still, and this is what cinnamon rolls do at during the afternoon. But these are now cinnamon rolls recommends. So in the bookstore, we have The Forgotten Edge by Birthday Boy, Daryl Gussin. You can find it here. It's a really cool way that he kind of prints these. There's 3 of them. This is the third of the series. We have the Western Stubby and the Hermit Thrush. So you can tell I read them. They're great. We also have Born to Cry by Laura Sermeño, Humble Beginnings of Laurita. we also have the debut zine of Jennifer Baptiste, Unlocking the Secrets of Loneliness. Fun fact, it started here at Beyond Broke. We had a workshop of Poet Broke My Heart. And this was like the collage of words that she found and made a zine out of it. It's fucking incredible. So congratulations. And this is what we have. As Mauricio said, be sold out. So it's a great problem to have, man. Hopefully we get a reprint of Anatomy of a Flame, which came out through LA Poet Society Press. So also just want to give a shout out to our technical director, Eric Alberg, in the booth, the team at Beyond Baroque, which is Rihanna Silos Chavez, we have Genesis in the bookstore, Nick Foreman, and our directors, Quentin Ring and Jimmy Vega. So we all make this place run and thrive. And it's also thanks to your support. We are encouraging as much as we can memberships to keep the place going. We are under a fascist regime. There is no question about that. And we are fighting it with poetry. We are fighting it with community. And we know what's wrong, what is the truth, as much as they would like to infect us otherwise. So we'd rather infect the world with love. I want to say that I also say that we take a break, or I take a break from my work day, it's more that it's not a distraction. Poetry is not that. It's literature is not a distraction. It's kind of an immersion into our surroundings. And if anyone tells you that it's a distraction or that you're taking a break from the outside world, they're probably not reading. And it's just a nice thing to say. And I've heard politicians say that all the time. So, including the people that are part of the city council district. So, it's not just like a distraction. It's you're learning something new with every poem that you read. So if you want to become a member, right now we have at the supporter level, which is $75, and it gets you free entrance to events for an entire year, and also perks at the bookstore. We have 20% off for our stock sale, and we also have discounts on used books, and soon we will have discounts on new books and other perks. But at the supporter level, $75, you get a free copy of Wide Awake, which is an anthology that is in its 10th anniversary. This was published 10 years ago by Beyond Baroque Books. It features several poets of the LA literary scene, many who are still producing work, some who we've lost, unfortunately. This organization has been around for 56 years, so it's had a lot of history. It's great, edited by Suzanne Loomis. And we also have our dear friend Peter J. Harris, who was Altadena's poet laureate and also an editor for the Altadena Review. And we lost him last year, unfortunately, but you know, he's always presente here in the space, in the Wanda Coleman Theater. And Beyond Baroque Books got to publish Peter's book last year as well. So you could also get this book at the supporter level. Or if you donate $100, you get both books for free and become a member. So these are all recommendations by Cinnamon Roll as well at Hope. And this is what Cinnamon is doing on a Sunday night. So Saturday too, or the whole weekend. Oh, that's awesome. There you go. They're the homies too. All right. So thank you all. There's plenty of wine and pastries outside. And for the authors, let's get a group photo. And thank you all for being on this lovely Saturday afternoon. Thank you. We appreciate it. All right. Cool. So let's get the authors.
Writing that down was depressing, but still making time to go out. So it was my first event. Also, I didn't mean to make poetry like take light of poetry as a drink. I just meant like
I'm surprised.
like everything else is a distraction, and poetry's kind of like that. Yeah. You think about like, okay, looking work and it's going on, you do all these things.